Welcome to today's video. This time I thought we would continue on our castle over here. You might notice I've actually put in the floor already. But I figured we'd start working on this and maybe do a couple of other things as well while we're at it. I've already prepared some of the materials that we're going to need. We've got the Scorchia pillars. I made a whole bunch of them because they were a problem this time. Last time even. And I've got just some basic stuff. I've got some more blossom logs in case we need to do any more wood stuff. Some basic basalt, stuff like this. This stuff is kind of cool. Not only does it produce light, not that you can super tell right now, it's also translucent, so I thought we could use that for the windows. And yeah, so I'm excited to get building on this thing. I just realized that we do actually need some more Scorchia pillars, so I'm going to do that real quick. And then, since I already have the pillars out, let's just get started on the rest of this. One thing I do kind of want to do is move this entrance in a little bit so it's not touching this part of the other building. So we're going to do that first, and then we will do the rest of it. So you shorten this a little bit. This is still going to end up touching, but it's not going to overlap at least. So we're okay with that. At this point, what we'll do is we will put in the pillars. So I've marked out these dirt columns so I can put in where the pillars need to go. We'll put them to about this height for now. Eventually it'll go taller because the castle is going to go higher than this, really, if the keep, if you want to get technical. And where the dirt is currently is going to be the walls. So we'll put that in here. We'll do this, and we'll speed up the rest of this because I don't think you want to watch me just place blocks this entire time. Stake break. Alright, and there we have a bunch of pillars made and ready to go. I added some here around where the doorway is going to go, just because I think that'll look nicer. Yeah. So the next thing I think to do is going to be to put in the walls. So we're going to have to swap out our palette here. Probably don't need either of these things for right now. Maybe put these away, but we do want the polished black stone. We want this. Are these the same thing? Yes. I got these withered bone blocks. I'm not sure how they're going to look, but we can try them. We need some basalt. I just realized we don't have any deep slate, which is another thing that we're going to need. So we're going to go get that real quick, and then we'll be back. And we're back, complete with all the things that we need. So again, I think I'm going to do this as a time-lapse because I don't think you want to sit here and watch me place enough blocks to surround this thing. We'll put the windows in afterwards, but it's going to be real boring. We're just going to use our palette again, or trowel even, to place these in. Not sure I like that. Might have to consider that. I should really light this up because it's going to be full of monsters in a sec. It's fine. Deal with it when we need to. Well, I've officially run out of blocks at this point. We got some of the walls done. We definitely need to also going to go get some torches so we can light this up. I'm also going to have to get rid of this dirt pillar because you're actually going to be able to see that one. But we'll do a quick mining session, get some more materials, and then we will come back and finish the rest of this. So we'll grab a little bit of blackstone. This is a really pretty area, by the way. Oh, I didn't even see that there's so much right there. Should probably grab that in a sec. And we'll grab some deep slate from my old chest of stuff. Any other useful things we can use in here? No, but I think that should be good. So the other thing that occurred to me is that we can use our create machines to actually make more Scorchia, or at least some scoria. We have this limestone machine right now, which isn't doing anything. And if you can see in here, which you can't really, that stuff there is actually honey. But because it's behind the glass, it doesn't quite texture properly. So what we can do is we can take a bucket of chocolate and pump it out, get a bucket, stick it in there instead of the honey, And then we can make Scorchia instead. So I'm going to grab this before it flows all over everything and knocks out some of the torches. Maybe. Go away, please. There we go. And then we will make a pump, which I might actually have one of already over here in my chest of stuff. Do I have one? No. But I will need this. I'll need the hand crank. Don't need the fluid tank. I'll probably need more of those, actually. So, let's really quickly make a pump. I do not remember how to make a pump, so let's look that up. Mechanical pump. I need a cogwheel and a pump. Cogwheels are easy enough. We just need some chromatic iron, which we have loads of. I think we need more than 3. Need some larimar, which we have loads of. We need some andesite alloy. Do we have any of that in here? No. So we'll take just some andesite. Let's take 6 of these. Close enough. We'll make the alloy. They go like this, don't they? Yes. Make some of that. We need more chromatic iron. This stuff is incredibly useful because you need it for literally everything. And we can use this to make some shafts. Take those, combine it with a larimer, and then we get some cogwheels, which we then combined with a fluid pipe, and that's how we get the mechanical pump. So, we can stick this to the side of this. We're going to need our wrench, which is over here somewhere. Now we can rotate this so it's facing the correct direction. We'll stick a wheel onto there. And do I need a spout next? Let me look up here. Yes, we're going to need a spout. I'm also going to steal this deployer because we're not doing anything with honey right now. Deployer is easy enough. We can stick that here. Looks fine, I'm sure. So to make the spout, we need copper casing and dried kelp. So we're going to need, yet again, more chromatic iron. We're going to need 9 of this, I think. We need some kelp, which I have exactly 1 of. And we're going to need some copper, which I should have loads of, yes. We do need an entire block of this. We're going to make blocks out of our copper and our andesite, or whatever this is called, chromatic iron. Put that down, we right click it with this, and we get a copper casing. Then we just have to stick this here. Is that not the recipe? The other way around. And we have our spout. So we can put that here. I have to dig a little bit more into here. Is that going to be a hole? No, okay, that's fine. Let's replace this with some copper plating blocks. There we go. We don't need the dirt block there. We do need somewhere to put this honey for the time being, so we're just going to stick it in this hole. We put this here. We get 1 more pipe. Put it there. And we get our hand crank. And then we rotate this, and of course it immediately turned the other direction. Let's turn that back this way. Let's also make that clear so we can see what's going on. So as we pump this, we can see the chocolate is going through the pipe. It's filling up the spout. It fills it up, and then it pumps into here where we get a chocolate bucket. We can then take the chocolate bucket, stick it in here, really quickly cover that up. And I think when we turn this machine on, it should start making Scorchia, yes. So we'll let that run for a bit. I think that's going to be better with higher up, since it's a darker block, and that's kind of the color scheme that we want, higher up, as we go. So yeah, awesome. Alright, so I've collected some materials. I have them in here. More polished blackstone, some cut deep slate. We got some more smooth basalt, some more deep slate bricks as well. I got some sconces to light up the inside just to make things a little easier. We got some deep slate tiles. And we'll keep using the weird bone blocks just because I think they look kind of okay. But we'll finish up the rest of these walls. We'll light it up a bit, and then we'll figure out where the windows are going to go afterwards. So we now have some walls set up. They're a little bit higher than I was initially planning. Also, I missed one there. Anything to fix that with real quick? Anyway, a little bit higher than I was planning, but I think having a taller area isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it'll look okay. I may also replace these bone blocks. The more I'm looking at these, I'm not sure that I like them. But the next step is going to be to put in the windows. So I think we'll have a window about here. We do want them to be a little bit grandiose, a little bit large. So maybe like that shape. And then we can put another one in like this. So I have two big windows on this side, and let's see if this actually looks good like I was hoping it would. Stick one there, and do sort of this. More or less. Yeah, I think that looks okay. It gives the idea of a stained glass window, which is kind of what I was hoping for. And it matches the color scheme. The one thing I am also thinking of doing is replacing this grass with like podzol or something. Just to give it a little bit more of an earthy texture rather than just bright green. We don't need green grass and blue skies. Do we have space here to fit a window? Yes. Do we want to put a window here though? Because this is going to be where the staircase goes. I think probably not. So let's patch that back up. Like so. Let's put a hole there and put like that there. This side probably could do with a window. So let's make the same sort of pattern. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1. And then let's do it again from this side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Let's fill it in. I said this, what is this thing called? Monzonite. Also very, very slightly gives off some light, so it's not going to be entirely dark in here, which is nice. I think I need to move this window over by one, don't I? Let's do that. That looks better already. Now let's turn our attention to this wall, because I think we need to do the same thing here. Let's put in some windows. Not that this window is going to have much of a view. That is okay though. This lines up with here. So this needs to go about here. Is that right? Yes, that looks right. So again, we might move this one over by one. And make the gap in between these two sides. That way it matches what we have on the other side. So let's put in our monzonite. Let's replace that. That also kind of helps break up that bone block issue that I was having. Put these in like so. And put these windows in as well. Nice. So that's kind of the general look. Still very basic, very flat right now. We'll fix that in a little while. I also have something up here that seems to be stuck. Let's clean that up. Let's clean up the back here as well. Since we knocked out a bunch of things and they all seem to have fallen behind. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make the staircase area. I actually think that those bone blocks might actually look really, really good right here. Do I have more of them? Yes. So let's keep those. And let's use some of these birch blossom logs even. And let's make a whole bunch of staircases. Planks. Stairs. More stairs. So my thought is this is going to be kind of a spiral pattern. So it'd be too wide, that way it's easier to walk up. And since we're already halfway there, the next part is going to be a flat section. So we're going to need some planks. Let's take these 5, turn them into 2 planks. I don't think that's going to be enough, so let's grab a few more blossom logs and turn those into planks as well. Like so. 24 should be plenty. So let's put them in 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we keep going up. And that leaves us with just enough space here in the center to put these bone columns. So we'll put a column straight up the middle like so. Now I might switch that out for something brighter later, but we'll see. This also gives us a little space back here where we should definitely put a light. Put it in the center. Next thing to do is going to build the floor here, and we can do that as easy as 1, 2, 3. That would have been much cooler had I actually remembered where I was standing for that transition. It's fine, let's not worry about it. Anyway, I ended up needing to cut down another tree. You can see it's decaying over there. But we got this floor done. Next thing we need to do is make sure that we light this up. As I've been saying, it does automatically light up a bit, but I think it would be good to put some extra lighting just in case. We have some lighting over here, but let's put a torch there, and also probably here. I think that makes sense. In which case that should be here. We'll also put some lights here on this landing, and then just for the time being I'm going to put some around here as well. Doesn't really matter where, I just don't want things spawning and dropping on my head. That would be unfortunate. And other than that, the inside of this area is starting to come together. We could maybe do with some sort of chandelier looking light up at the top. This would be a little bit tricky to do, but I think it would be fine. Maybe if I put one here and put one here. I believe I have some coal in here. Yep. So let's make some chandeliers real quick. I think with 2 pieces of coal I should be able to make 2 chandeliers. I think yes. We have 8, so let's put these in and make a chandelier. I should get some chains that will look nicer. Be right back. And I'm back. So let's take a chain, let's put it there, let's put another one there. I get chains all the time by accident in the vaults, but in this specific case I think they look pretty good. Now we do want to leave this fairly open because that is where we're going to put all the armor sets. I brought a couple of armor stands with me just to kind of display what this might look like. I'm not entirely sure how many common armor sets there are. There are definitely more than 2 and definitely more than 6 like I've got the space for here. But if need be, we can always scoot things over, double things up. We can put them back here along this wall. We can put them here. Really, we could put them in the middle of the room, but I don't know how good that will look. And then I was thinking as we go up this way, this is where some of the common shields can live. And this next space will be for the next level of rarity, which is the rare stuff, interestingly. And of course that will continue up this way with more stairs like so. Eventually this thing's going to be, I think, like 4 layers tall. Is going to be quite big. It's, I think, going to be taller than the windmill, which I fell off of and you can't see. Is going to be taller than the windmill over there. But I think this is a good start. So let's put our resources back in this chest that we don't need right now. Oh, one other thing that I thought was kind of neat was I have these statues that I built. I thought they might look good if we like take these out and stick them here. Kind of. And what's cool about this is we can give them items to hold on to. So we could take some of our vault gear and stick it on there as kind of a looky thing. I think it'll look nice. Those are the axe, okay. You can also just give him whatever item you want. It's kind of neat. I wonder what happens if I give him armor. I don't have any armor. It's fine. Let's go find some armor. So as it turns out, I actually don't have that much common gear, which is weird. I have a lot of boots and not a whole lot else. So we've got some reinforced plate mail, so we'll stick that here. This can be our thing for reinforced plate mail. That's the wrong kind of sign. Let's put this. Reinforced plate mail. I'm pretty sure there are going to be more for each of these. That's okay. This one is going to be the Dark Gladiator set. And all we have for this is the helmet. It's a really cool looking helmet. I used this for a good long while. These pants I also used for a good long while. They have 10 durability left. The helmet has a little bit more than that. It has 33. Amazing. But these are going to be the first 2 missions. We are definitely going to need more armor stands. I'm thinking at least 3 to each wall. 1 there, maybe 4 along this long wall, maybe more. But I think that's going to do it for today. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do. I grabbed a couple of these swords that I'm not going to be using. I thought we could give these to these statues. Oh, that doesn't look really very good, does it? Maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll just have to give them, like, diamond swords or something. Netherite swords? I don't know. Also, as I suspected, and now that we have torches we can go deal with this. Not there. We do have monsters spawning down here. So, let's use one of these swords. Take them out, and then we'll put a couple of these sconces down. Just to light it up. And then, can I make it out of this hole? Yes. Eventually we'll put an actual basement in. Maybe it could even be more common gear. It just goes underneath. That's actually a really good idea. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit like if you do. Man, I sound like an actual YouTuber. It's terrifying. And have a good rest of your day. Bye.